Google Nation, I'm Mateo.
And I'm Alexis. Here are your announcements for today.
Attention seniors, submit your baby photos to 2023 Google Classroom to be included in the Senior Pep Rise slideshow and yearbook. Its deadline being today.
Also seniors, don't forget PHS scholarship applications are due today at 4 p.m. Remember, this application is required for consideration for any sports booster club and qualifies you for consideration for scholarships from the Education Foundation, Rotary Club, Ex-Student Association, and many other local organizations.
So, Alexis, what did you do for spring break?
Oh, I just worked on scholarship applications all week.
Alright, I'm very glad I got to see my uncle's kids come back from Dallas. Let's see what PHS did for spring break.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand.
Looks like everybody had some fun over break. Hey Mateo, did you know that 3 years ago we never came back from spring break because of COVID?
I had no idea. Forgot about that. When that happened, the seniors were freshmen.
And the freshmen were 6th graders.
It's crazy to think about. Do you remember what quarantine was like for you?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's take a look at everyone's quarantine experience and what we call quarantine flashback.
I guess I'm just a play date to you.
Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic.
Today marks 3 years since the World Health Organization declared COVID a global pandemic.
I was in 6th grade.
I was in 7th grade.
I was a freshman during quarantine.
I was in 6th grade when COVID happened, and I felt scared. I was away from my friends, and I was online learning, and I thought that I spent more time with my mom.
I was in 7th grade when COVID hit, and personally, whenever I figured out that we were gonna start doing work on the computers, I was really happy because, well, I don't really gotta deal with anyone coming up to me. Are you doing your work? Come on, you gotta finish this, you gotta finish that. But I could just have it all there and just finish it whenever I want. The best thing about having to do online school was you had a whole week to finish your assignment and turn it in whenever you want.
I had online classes just like anybody else. So I remember one of my teacher's assignments being less so an assignment and more so a link to a website. There was a website called Chrome Music Lab. It was some sort of digital music workspace that I could work on for as long as I wanted. And it made me develop some sort of positive mentality that it gave me something to make better use of my time with, and overall it just became a better outlet for something I thought wasn't in control at the time, like the actual pandemic itself.
But during this COVID-19, most of the people in the other school that I went to got sick, and that mostly scared me because I don't like to get sick.
After I heard that we weren't coming back from spring break, I was really happy because I thought we just got 2 weeks off of school, so I was excited for that. When they extended to the end of the year, I was happy, but I mean, at the same time, I didn't get to see my friends for a while, so I don't know. It was had its ups and downs. What I liked about online learning was I got to stay home, stay in bed, and say my camera didn't work, so I got to just do my classes on as I laid down. So
I was pretty happy because at first it started off like just an extra week of spring break, and then it was like another week of spring break, and then whenever online learning started, that was kind of stupid. It wasn't as fun. What I liked about online learning was that it was pass-fail, so I didn't have to try on any of my assignments, and I passed all the classes. I don't think any of my teachers required the Zoom calls, but it was annoying that they would always be like posting in the Google Classrooms like join the Zoom call, and then nobody would. And then my parents would like make me join.
I heard we weren't coming back from spring break. I was super excited because I was in Con-Can, and so I just had a lot of fun. I hated online learning, so I decided to just go tan on my balcony instead of doing online learning. Favorite thing about being home for COVID had to be not having to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I think now as a senior, it had its advantages by we're not required to show our SAT scores or anything like that to colleges. So I got in every college I applied to.
Whenever I was a freshman, COVID ended our school year, and I think I was sad only because our soccer season ended and we were going to playoffs. And for me, that was probably like the best year ever because the Fab Five was still there, and the team was just really good that year. So that's what made me sad, but everything else, I really didn't care that school was over, and it was like really fun summer for like 5 months, which was pretty cool.
Do you get deja vu?
Quarantine seems like yesterday, but at the same time seems like so long ago.
Agree. Thank goodness that time in our lives is over. On to a better note, Miss Williams has an exciting travel opportunity for PHS students interested in traveling to see the 2025 presidential inauguration. This 6-day tour will take students to New York City for 2 days, where students will have the opportunity to see many of the fantastic sights, including the Statue of Liberty and the 9/11 Memorial. We will also attend a Broadway play.
Then we will travel to Washington, D.C., where we will tour the sites including the historic monuments, visit a Smithsonian Museum, and much more. We will wrap our last full day by attending the inauguration of the next President of the United States. At evening, we will have an inaugural ball for students across the country.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If you're interested, stop by Miss Williams' room 627 to put your name on a list for information on the upcoming tour meeting.
Students, Rex formal wear will be on campus Thursday, March 30th during both lunches for tuxedo rounds for prom. This is a great opportunity to red your tux for prom, as they will deliver your tux to you at school before prom and pick it up from school after prom. A down payment of $40 is required when you are ordering.
Congratulations to Ian Rodriguez and Keegan Holes, who competed at the State UIL Cross-Examination Debate Tournament. They won 2 and lost 2 in the preliminary round.
That concludes our announcements for this week.
And we will see you next week here at the Biggie Studio.